Hi, Hillary here. I had a request for a tune called Porter's Reel. And Porter's Reel is a Texas tune, and especially at the tempo I'm going to be teaching it, it sounds very Cajun. A lot of hammer-ons, pull-offs, drop thumbs. Not a super simple, easy tune, but it's just combinations of stuff that you already probably know how to do. I'm going to play it a little bit. They recorded it in C, they being Howard Raines and Tricia Spencer, who popularized this tune among the old-time worlds. It's a Stafford, the source recording that we have is from Stafford Harris, who was a Texas fiddler. And he called it Porter's two-step, I think. And people usually call it Porter's Reel. So Howard and Tricia recorded it in C, but then there are various places on YouTube playing it in D with various people, including with my friends Pete Peterson and Kelly Allen, who are playing it right here, right now. And so I'm going to just go ahead and play it. And I have this slowed down to 75%. YouTube is kind enough to do that for us, to give us that option of stuff. So I'll just play along with them at this tempo, so it sounds slightly funky, but so you can see better what I'm doing, and then we'll break it down and teach it. Okay, so there's Porter's Reel. Now you notice I did two different chords playing that B part to let you hear what they both sound like. I talked with Pete about this. I'm like, so let's just talk about chords in this tune. We're in double D tuning, so we've got an A there and an A there. We've got this fourth string tuned down to a D. We've got the second string tuned up to a D. Our first string is in E. We have a capo here at the second fret. That's our one chord, our D chord. Here's our G chord. And here's our 5 chord, an A chord. I make it this way. Some people make it this way. I find that really awkward. I always do this. And that is my ring finger, and then nothing on the third string, and then my middle finger on the second fret also. Okay, but then there's also a 2 or a 2 minor. Your mileage may vary. So I talked with Pete about this. Are you playing a 2 or are you playing a 2 minor? He says, well, we were playing a 2 minor, but anyway, with Howard, and we decided it should be a 2. So a 2 is an E, which sounds really funny in there because this is the melody note, as far as I can tell. And this, so you're just barred across here, and then this finger is either going to be on the 3rd fret or the 4th fret, okay? Either there or there. So, the straight E sounds a little jarring. I noticed that the person accompanying Stafford Harris doesn't seem to be playing any 2 at all. It just is still a 4. So play whatever the people you're playing with are playing, and you'll be fine. I'm going to go ahead and teach it with an E minor, I guess that is. E minor 7, I'm not sure. Okay. I start this off with, let me just say, there's a lot of a pattern that I end up using all the time, overusing, I don't know, that I would call bum diddy, drop thumb diddy. And so bum diddy, drop thumb diddy. And this tune particularly has a lot of that because, and a lot of hammer on diddy, drop thumb diddy, pull off diddy, because of its sort of almost Cajun sound. It's is the kind of the way the pulse goes instead of dum diddy dum diddy dum. It's dum diddy dum. So, so we're starting off with a pattern that's going to go basically bum diddy, pull off diddy, hammer on diddy, pull off diddy. Okay. That's the first thing, and you do that twice. That's the first 2 lines. So let's break that down. So what we have is 2nd string, 3rd, and then pull off diddy. And then we're going to hit the 3rd string, but hammer on the 4th string at the 4th fret. Hammer on diddy, and then pull off diddy. 2nd, 3rd, pull off diddy, hammer on diddy, pull off diddy. So you do that twice. Okay. Next we're going to go bum diddy, drop thumb diddy, bum diddy, pull off, bum diddy, bum diddy, hammer on diddy, bum diddy, bum diddy. So that's your 5 chord. Let's sort of strum that. Go bum diddy, drop thumb diddy. Now notice I've already taken my hand off of here, because I'm getting ready to put my finger here. And this is all part of a 5 chord. Should be a 5 chord, but you want this melody note. And so you want to not hit the other strings around it, because you're not really playing the rest of that chord. You're just playing that note, right? Notice how that is a little discordant. So you want to just... So you're going to go bum diddy right on there. So, starting with a 5 chord, it's going bum diddy, drop thumb diddy, bum diddy, pull off, right? Bum diddy, drop thumb diddy, bum diddy, pull off, bum diddy, hammer on diddy, bum diddy, bum diddy. So that last line is bum diddy, hammer on diddy, hammer on diddy, bum diddy, bum diddy. I'm going to go over this whole A part twice, slowly. Pull off diddy, hammer on diddy, pull off diddy, bum bum, pull off diddy, hammer on diddy, pull off diddy, bum diddy, drop thumb diddy, bum diddy, pull off, bum diddy, hammer on diddy, bum diddy. Then you'd start that over again. That's the whole A part. Here's the B part. Or no, I guess I usually go. So, hammer on diddy, pull off, bum, bum, diddy, drop, thumb, diddy. Let's break that down slower. Hammer on diddy, pull off, bum. Now, what I'm doing is I'm putting my finger back on, but I'm not hitting that 1st string. I'm hitting the 2nd string. Why is my finger going back on? Because it's a 1 chord, and that's what it... Hammer on diddy, pull off, bum, bum, diddy, bum, diddy. Or I guess I normally go bum, diddy, drop, thumb, diddy. That drop thumb is just to kind of keep time and keep that da-da-da-da kind of a pulse. And don't worry about it if you have a hard time doing that. Just go bum diddy. But what I'm doing is bum diddy, drop thumb diddy. It's all on the same 3rd string. Bum diddy. oops, drop thumb diddy, bum diddy, drop thumb diddy. I'm hitting it, and then the thumb comes down and hits it, and then my hand hits it again, and then my thumb. But if that's tough for you, just go bum diddy, okay? Hammer on diddy, pull off bum diddy, drop thumb diddy. Now we want the 4 chord, the G chord. Bum diddy, drop thumb diddy. And now you're bum diddy, drop thumb diddy. So these are 2 things exactly the same, except one's on the 4 and one's on the 2 or the 2 minor, or the 2 or 2 minor, which I know sounds weird, but it's pretty cool when you're actually playing it with a bunch of people who are doing that. And then your 5 chord. So what I'm doing is bum diddy, drop thumb diddy. So I'm making this 5 chord, and then I'm lifting up my finger while I'm doing drop thumb. So it's bum diddy, drop thumb diddy, and meanwhile that's giving me time to do this. Bum diddy, pull off. It's bum diddy, drop thumb diddy, bum diddy. Bum diddy, drop thumb diddy, bum diddy, pull off bum diddy, hammer on diddy, bum diddy, bum. Sorry, I couldn't. I'm trying to make myself do it the same way each time, and to that end, I actually wrote out this little thing like this, so that I can try to be consistent, because I would normally just like play it differently every time, but I want to try to be consistent. So I know I've confused you with this B part. Let's start over from the beginning of the B part. I'm going to play it once, and then we'll go through. So, hammer on diddy, pull off bum diddy, drop thumb diddy, bum diddy, drop thumb diddy, bum diddy, drop thumb diddy, bum diddy, drop thumb diddy. That's where I'm going. Bum diddy, drop thumb diddy, bum diddy, pull off bum diddy, hammer on diddy, bum diddy, bum. And then you repeat that. I don't know if I'd really go back to that 5 if I'm really playing it at a nice, good clip. Probably not. Instead of, see, because if I'm hitting this 4th string, I'm not actually hitting that whole chord, and I'm only just hitting that string. It's the string that's between this and this, right? It's a 3rd string. Bum diddy, hammer diddy, bum diddy, bum diddy. If you get my meaning, if you catch my drift. So that's Porter's Reel. I know it's kind of a, but really it's just a bunch of hammer-ons and pull-offs to make it feel like you're you're just filling up all that extra little space between your bum ditty, you know. It's more bum and ditty all the time. So that's it. Good luck with it. Thanks.